Hello, class. This is Eric Garcia. This is my informative speech for class speech 1A. So imagine you're at a family barbecue with everyone and you're having a grand old time. And grandpa right here, um, he grabs his chest, lets out a little noise, and then falls to the ground because he has a history of heart problems. So your whole family freaks out and they're crying and they run over to him, crowding him. And you remember that situations like these, AEDs come in very handy. So you grab one and then you go and use it on him and you save his life in front of the whole family. So, congratulations, you saved your grandpa using an AED. AEDs are a device that are used to resuscitate people that have suffered sudden cardiac arrest. It works by analyzing their heart rhythm and delivering an electrical shock if it can to reset the heart. So it was invented in the mid 1960s by an Irish doctor named Dr. James Francis Pantridge. The National Institute of Health estimated that from 2011 to 2015, 1,700 people were saved each year by bystanders that used an AED in a public space. So they're very, very good at saving lives when it comes to people that have suffered sudden cardiac arrest. People that get an AED used on them within the first couple minutes have an almost 3 times higher chance of surviving, according to heart.org. So first, I will talk about the accessories that go along with an AED. Secondly, I will talk about how to use one. And finally, I will discuss safety precautions that go along with AEDs. So with AEDs, they come with a lot of things, not just themselves, but it'll be the AED itself, a main battery and an extra one. We'll use sticky pads that go along the chest and the side. They have those in adult and pediatric sizes. They also come with shaving razors for patients with hairy chests, so you can get a good contact with the sticky pads. Some of them have CPR masks, or they'll also have scissors to cut clothes off. So now we've gone over what is inside an AED package. Then let's talk about how to use one. So AEDs are automated, therefore all you got to do is turn it on and listen to what it tells you what to do. So they have a very clear and concise, loud voice that they use. You got to identify that you have a patient that is not breathing and pulseless. You call for an AED, it comes to you, you start CPR. You turn it on and just listen to the instructions. It'll usually say attach sticky pads. So you'll take both of them and you'll apply one right here, right chest, and then another one right here along the left side, a few inches below the left armpit. It'll tell you to not touch the patient so I can analyze the heart rhythm. And then you'll say clear, nobody touch the patient. It'll analyze. If it can shock it to reset the heart, then it'll charge up. And once it's ready to deliver the shock, it'll let you know to stop CPR. And that's when you say clear again. And the little shock button will be flashing on and off. You make sure nobody's touched the patient, and then you press it. And then hopefully this resuscitates them and they survive. So that's how you use an AED. And it'll keep doing that until they either survive or they die. So now that we've gone over how to use an AED, let's talk about safety precautions that come along with AEDs. So there's quite a few actually. The first one is don't ever use an AED on a patient in water, because water conducts electricity and it can shock more than just the heart, which we don't want to do. You also don't want to use an AED while a patient's on a conductive surface like metal. This could jump you could electrocute everybody else around there. You also don't want to place the pads over a nitroglycerin patch. It could ignite that. You also do not want to use an AED near flammable gases or liquids, because the electric spark could probably ignite that. Yeah, never touch a patient when they're being defibrillated, because it can shock you as well. So now that we've discussed safety precautions, let's go over everything one more time. So first, I talked about the accessories that come along with an AED. Secondly, I talked about how to use one. And finally, I talked about the safety precautions that go along with AEDs. So, AEDs are very much a life-saving technology. You got to respect them and be very, well trained on how to use them so you don't hurt anybody or yourself. Maybe this presentation will help you out someday. If you ever have to use one, this might come to mind, because an AED might end up saving our lives or one of our loved ones at some point in the future.